What is up, people? Live with Jessie. About to hop on here in a second from Voto Studios. Obviously, we're not going to get started right off the bat. All you got to do is just request to join in, Jessie, and we'll get you all set up and started, man. So excited to be able to do a live. So I'm about to get him in here real fast, go live, and then we'll get started. I'm glad you guys were able to make it in. It's going to be a good interview. I'm just waiting right now. We're connecting. We're about to make that happen. Hey, what up, man? How's it going?
Hey, what's up, McDojoLife? My name is Jessie, and I'm the founder and grandmaster of MMA, Mexican martial arts.
Yeah, man, we're excited to have you on. We're very excited to have you on. So I have a lot to cover, man. We got a good solid hour. So hopefully you're good to go for that, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to have my breakfast real quick.
I got you. I understand. I also have my breakfast. Delicious and nutritious. I'm pretty sure it's terrible for me and killing me slowly. Although I do have this bottle of whiskey right here, but I wasn't sure if I could get away with the advertisement. So, hopefully you're having a good Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah. I had to go to work today, but I just wanted to make sure I woke up early for this. So
I got you. All right. Well, I got a couple things I want to cover, but first I wanted to hit this up real fast. So you did this video the other day, and I can hopefully you can see it back there, right? And this one right here in particular.
I'm sick and tired of McDojoLife disrespecting the no-touch martial arts.
So what's up with that, man? What's going on with the no-touch thing?
I had a feeling that at some point this will come up, and I didn't want it to get awkward, but I felt like we already squashed this beef, and everything's all right. I've been seeing that McDojoLife was putting out a lot of videos about the no-touch martial arts, and I just figured, they hadn't seen the Mexican martial arts version, and that maybe you would have a change of heart if I could reveal the secrets to you. And I feel like we're good now.
Well, actually, somebody did have a question for you about that. So it was from a guy named Dave Wynn from our Facebook group, and he said, this is how he said it. He ruined the English language, but I'm going to try, all right? He said, the no-touch technique also work when using manure instead of your own butt.
Serio. It actually works better, but we wanted to make sure because of the apocalypse that we gave you the rated G version so that we wouldn't get demonetized. I
got you. Yeah, that's a shame. YouTube's the son of a bitch. Hopefully somebody could cup of cheese YouTube. Is that the official name of that? Is it Cup of Cheese or is it the Ninja? I've heard it called both.
After we put out the video, I was hearing a lot of people put out different names for it. It was just something that I was doing since I was a little kid, and I guess different people from different cultures call it different things.
Okay, I got you. So real quick, I'll just do a couple of questions here at the beginning.
Okay.
And then I'll ask you a couple of my own questions. So just because I had so many people ask, people really like your stuff, man. They really do. And I love your shit, obviously. So
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you for being hilarious. So that was that one. And this is a good, solid question. So this is from a guy named Tyler Doak. All right. And he asked, how many oil checks can you perform before you have to count yourself as bisexual?
That usually depends on whether or not the individual is currently incarcerated. But it usually boils down to your small group of friends. As a community, you have to agree on what you're down for, and if your homies are gonna be okay with that,
I got you. So it's not gay if they're cool with it.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay, I got you. So that's fair. So somebody had a question about Mexican martial arts in general. It said, what are a couple key fundamental points about Mexican martial arts?
Fundamental points. If you're thinking about Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Campo, boxing, there's only one fundamental point that I've really stressed in all of the videos. And it's for example, take judo. the key point is if you're gonna do judo, just do it better. So like we do taekwondo, but better.
Okay.
We do, UFC fight breakdowns, like the Gracie breakdown, but better. So it's just always striving to be better. And I like to leave it up to interpretation for different people. That might mean different fundamentals, different specifics, but whatever it is, just do it better. That is the message of Mexican martial arts, taking BJJ, judo, taekwondo, but better.
I got you. So somebody asked for a video request. They'd like you to do a video request, and they wanted you to explain. You know what a berimbolo is?
I've heard of it. I actually am aware of the question you're referring to, and I'm wondering if that's the same individual that has asked that question before. I had to look it up before, and I can't even remember exactly what it looks like, but I have seen it.
See, but I'm looking forward to the berimbolo.
I've actually been going back and forth with a company that has been wanting to make a rash guard for Mexican martial arts, and I was going to let the people know that as soon as we can get that figured out and I could get the MMA rash guard, we're gonna do a video on that one.
That'd be awesome. So, do you actually do jiu-jitsu yourself? Like, do you practice jiu-jitsu?
Mexican Brazilian jiu-jitsu, regular Brazilian jiu-jitsu, no, because that would just be a waste of time.
Okay, I got you. Well, good, because that brings me to a game I would like to play. So, since you're not too fully aware with regular jiu-jitsu, we're going to play a little game. All right, it's super duper easy, simple to play. All right, everybody who's watching, you can play as well. All right, so we're going to play, does it have to do with porn or jiu-jitsu? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to name off either a sexual act, or it could also be a jiu-jitsu technique or position. And then you have to guess whether it is jiu-jitsu or a sexual act. All right?
Just want to say right now, Marilena, if you're watching, please turn off your phone. I'll give you a call when it's over.
Yeah, so hopefully my mom does not watch this. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start off with an easy one. All right, everybody who's watching, you can also play. So it's super easy. First one, a Dutch rudder. Is it jiu-jitsu or a sexual act? A Dutch rudder.
I believe that is how Eddie Bravo beat that Gracie fool. I believe that's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu technique.
He used the Dutch rudder. All right, so I'll give it a second for everybody else to answer here real quick, just so that I'm curious what their answers are, but I'll give it a couple more seconds. All right, here you go. A Dutch rudder is a sexual act. Specifically, a Dutch rudder is when a man holds himself and another person holds their wrist and handles the business for them. Dutch rudder.
I find it a little hard to believe now that they let Eddie Bravo get away with that one.
Yeah, I was concerned too. Mid match, he just rolls out with the Dutch rudder.
That's why I couldn't find it on YouTube.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to a much different website to see that one. All right, you ready? Round two. I got 10 of these. All right, round two. Okay. Turducken. Is it a sexual act or is it jiu-jitsu?
I'm gonna have to guess that one is also jiu-jitsu. I've never heard of that before.
That one actually is jiu-jitsu. So a turducken is when you get someone in a triangle choke, right? But their leg is also in there. Turducken.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds terrible. It almost sounds like it could be a sexual act. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be able to pull off some weird Kama Sutra there.
I can see that one. Yeah.
All right. Round three. Here we go. A Eskimo trebuchet.
Can you repeat that one?
An Eskimo trebuchet. Is it a jiu-jitsu technique position or is it a sexual act?
I do not believe that one is a jiu-jitsu move.
You would be very correct. Yeah, that one, I don't even think I should really say what that is on here because it's pretty gross. So I'm just going to move on to number four. All right, number four, Is it a jiu-jitsu? Does it have to do with jiu-jitsu, or is it a sexual act? A Peruvian necktie.
That one is definitely Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Very good, very good. Do you know what it is?
I honestly can't remember. I just remember when I was doing my video on Mexican Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I was looking up several different BJJ techniques and figuring out how I could make them better. And that was one of the ones that I did some extensive research on. But after the fact, I tried everything I could to block it from my memory so that it wouldn't affect my current training.
I got you. Yeah, you don't want to bring yourself down, you know. All right, here's another one. This is number 5, so we're halfway down the list. A Manchurian handshake.
I believe that's actually a quick trick question. That was a fantastic movie that I saw a while back.
The Manchurian handshake. I'm really curious where you saw this movie at, because this one's pretty dirty.
Really?
Yeah, this is pretty dirty. I'm not even gonna describe what the sexual act is, because it's pretty gross. But I'm gonna let an audience at home, if you really want to know, feel free to go and look these up. All right, number 6. Is it a sexual act, or does it have to do with jiu-jitsu? The javelin.
The what?
Javelin.
That would be. I'm going to have to take a guess on that one. I'm going to say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Probably one of those 10th planet moves again.
Most of these are 10th planet moves, but this one actually is a sexual act. This one's actually pretty funny, so I have to describe it a little bit. So basically, it's when your partner's about to finish, and you put a toothpick in the head, so as they finish, the toothpick shoots up. Get it? Javelin. Oh, man. Some people on the internet are weird. Ask them about the Portuguese breakfast. I don't know what that is, but that sounds kind of gross. All right, number 7, mother's milk.
Mother's milk. That's definitely. I heard Eddie Bravo talking about that one on the last Fight Companion. I believe is executed from the rubber guard.
A mother's milk. From what I was explained, it is jiu-jitsu, so good job. That's one more point for you. It is actually, from what I was told, smothering. So you're like smothering the person.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's how it was explained to me, but I could be completely wrong. All right, number 8, The Godfather. Very dramatic.
The Godfather?
The Godfather.
I'm going to take a guess that one's a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu move. They're very into like their family and stuff like that.
That is it. That's a sweep. Typical. You're doing pretty good so far, man. Either you know a lot about weird sexual acts or a lot about jiu-jitsu. So
I no comment.
All right. So we got 2 more to go. All right, 2 more.
Okay.
All right. How can I be a Jessie student? Just real quick, somebody just asked while we're in here. They said, how can they become a student of yours?
I've seen people ask this question over the last several months, and I just want to let them know that it's completely free. If you want to be a student of the Mexican martial arts, all you have to do is watch our YouTube channel, and you can learn everything you need to know. Everything from actual tutorials like Mexican judo, Mexican boxing, to watching the fight breakdowns where we tell you exactly what went wrong and what they shouldn't have done.
And that's just good to know. All right, so 2 more to go. Number 9, is it a sexual act or is it jiu-jitsu? The Houdini.
Houdini. I'm going to say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That one's a sexual act. Yeah, man, that was tough. So do yourself a favor, just whenever we're done, just you could either look these up or not, because some of them are gross, but just do a little research. I'm telling you, there's some weird stuff in here that you might spice up the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Little Houdini, you know? So last one, best one. All right, this one's tough. I asked a couple people this as for some research. All right, the honey hole. Is it jiu-jitsu or a sexual act?
I'm going to go with the odds on this one, and I'm going to assume that this is not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
It is jiu-jitsu. Oh, man. So close. This is a position. This is actually a position that's got like 80 names. 411 is another name for it. But thank you for playing. Good job, my friend. Good job.
Thank you.
So now we learned something. I feel like we're all more educated because of
Yeah,
that.
I took a lot of notes. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research after this conversation.
It's going to be like extensive, like in-depth research. No, somebody said Alaskan pipeline. He said this one separates the men from the boys.
I believe that's an American Kempo technique.
The Alaskan pipeline.
Make a note of that one.
All right, man. So enough of the game. Good job. Not bad. I think you scored high on that one. I'm pretty impressed. So I'm gonna just ask a couple questions on my own because I'm just curious, right? So
it's getting a little bit hot right now. Do you mind if I adjust my wardrobe?
I say go for it, man. Do your thing.
Right. One moment.
Gonna hang out right here. Just get this drinking out.
All right. What's up?
That got real weird.
Yeah. Transformation time.
Not only did you completely change your accent, but it also seemed like you wardrobe changed your face.
Yeah, it comes in very handy. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we're just gonna keep this rolling then. So, couple questions for you real fast. So, when you started Mexican martial arts, what was the inspiration for that?
Oh man, I hated my job. That was all it was. It's a very long story, but I'll try to condense it. I have this friend since high school. We were in video production together, and we were about 14 when we started doing it, and we just never stopped making videos. And over the years, we've had different jobs together and stuff. And we were at this one job, and it was just like soul crushing. And I would tell him day after day, we need to do something. We need to do something. We need to finally do something good that we can I wanted to make a series. I wanted to. I've always been a fan of kung fu movies, martial arts movies, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, all that. But I've always felt like the dialogue, the plot, everything was just the means to an end. And it's always the corniest stuff. And there's like 3 plot lines for every martial arts movie ever. And I was telling Alex, I said, let's make a series. Let's make something that's really funny and has great storylines and has really good action. Because, I mean, everybody that grew up around the era that I did, I know we make fun of him now, but I mean, to this day, I'm a big Steven Seagal fan. I love his movies.
Hey,
so,
man,
I'm not going to go around
in the
saying
80s were incredible. They were good.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I'm not going to go around saying, Mr. Seagal, teach me, but I'll watch his movies.
Yeah, man.
So
some people are good at certain things, man. Sometimes acting is their thing, and sometimes they miss out on little things like not having diabetes and being a decent human being. You gotta take the good with the bad.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, but like Van Damme, Van Damme more than others, but Steven Seagal, Van Damme, all these guys. I'll watch a movie to this day, and I'll be like, wow, when Van Damme threw that kick, it looked like he was like 8 feet away from that guy's face. It looked so cheesy. And I would tell Alex, I want to make really good action sequences, and I want to make them funny. Because I find myself like today when I try to watch a martial arts movie, I'm fast forwarding constantly just to see the fight already because everything else is so lame.
Yeah.
And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a series, and I wanted to call it Martial Arts, but it was going to be spelled Marshall. It was about this guy named Jacob Marshall.
Oh, I got you.
Start his own school.
So you're going to start something even cornier.
Oh, yeah. So the only reason that we didn't do that was because it was going to be way too hard, way too many locations, too many actors. It was going to be too expensive. So then we ended up doing what we're doing now. I never wanted to do what we're doing now. Honestly, so everybody knows Master Ken, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of Master Ken. I didn't want to do what he was doing because I was like, that's his thing. You know, I want us to coexist. You know, he does that. I like watching that, but that's not, I'm not going to try to get in on that. I want to make like Jackie Chan movies, but like a show week after week after week. Well, Alex one day was like, let's just make something that we can replicate constantly and be able to keep up. So one day we just did Mexican judo, and we just kept doing that because we realized I think we could do this maybe one a week and keep it up. And that goes hand in hand with I've mentioned this before. You know how when you're driving down the street, you'll see a van that says like Asian massage, Korean massage, stuff like that. I've always wondered, it's always fascinated me, like, why does that matter? Like,
a massage is a massage.
Yeah, so I always think, like, what is it in people's heads? They go, oh, wait, did it say Korean? Oh, let's go then. So I told Alex one day, we were at lunch, I told him, you know what? Because sometimes I'll get these thoughts and I'll just laugh to myself, and I thought it was the funniest thing. I always see these vans my whole life on the side of the road. And I told him, don't you think it'd be funny if we saw one that said Mexican massage? Like, wouldn't that turn some heads? Like, I've never seen that one. And then I kept going with that thought process. What if you were driving down the street and you saw a storefront that said Mexican Taekwondo or Mexican Judo? People would want to know what that was all about. I told him it would just intrigue them immediately. So then I thought, we have something there. Let's give, you know, it's clickable. So then we just tried to merge those two together, and it became what it is today out of necessity, because I couldn't make my storyline narrative weekly series.
Yeah. Somebody just asked a good question. They just said, when is Mexican Capoeira coming out?
That one, we'll see. I'm currently working on Mexican Muay Thai. I have a list with videos I want to make. I have Mexican Capoeira. I have Mexican Filipino martial arts. I have a Mexican anything you could think of, Mexican Aikido. But it's just like right now we're still having to live normal lives and work and jobs and stuff, so it's hard.
I feel your pain.
It's hard to kick out those longer ones. Like the breakdowns, we could sit down and do those quick, but the longer ones with all the choreography, those are harder to make. Yeah,
man. Yeah. So I noticed, like, when because me and you have been talking for a long time, like we've been chatting and stuff for a while now.
Oh yeah.
And back and forth and stuff, and I always found it interesting, like the quality of your videos is really, really good. Like the production value of what you guys do is pretty incredible. Like the quality of the videos, the time you take them write out storylines, your jokes are pretty damn funny. Like all that stuff takes time. So how many guys are in your crew, and what exactly do they all do to make it as good as it is?
So there's me, and then Flaco, who's my primo in the series. He's actually my nephew in real life.
Yeah.
So there's me and him, and then there's Alex. He's the one I just mentioned. We've been making videos together since we were like in 9th grade. And his brother, Juan Pablo. So there's me, Flaco, and 2 other guys. So Juan Pablo's usually manning the camera and the audio, and he'll do a lot of the editing, or all of it at the moment. And Alex usually does a lot of the editing and directing, and he'll work the second camera too when we have fight scenes. But he's doing a lot of other like client work right now to try to help keep Voto going. So yeah, but it's just us 4.
Yeah, well, that's pretty awesome. Well, the content that you guys are pushing out with only 4 people is pretty damn cool, man.
Yeah.
So somebody actually asked me a question earlier today, like literally right before I hopped on live, and I think it's a damn good question. And I think that you guys have interacted before, but somebody asked when you and Master Ken are going to do a collab.
I'm wondering how much I'm allowed to say. I'm very happy that there's respect between us. I used to tell Alex, because I was hoping at some point worlds would collide, you know.
Yeah, that'd be great, man.
And I always told Alex from the start, I want to be friendly, because there was always the angle like, should we go that dirty route and like try to make drama and
I got you.
be the enemy? But I was like, no, I like that guy, and I always wanted to be friendly with that team, and we have been in contact, and we definitely want to. It's just logistics right now. We're nowhere near each other.
Yeah, man, it's tough. Well, I'll tell you what, like, you know, I understand things can get kind of tricky like that sometimes. And, you know, if we ever get the opportunity to kind of help you guys make that happen, we'll definitely do whatever we can to make it happen for you. So,
that's very good to know. That's awesome.
Yeah, we have a lot going on coming up. We're going to Orlando coming up soon for the U.S. Open, which is a big martial arts tournament.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff there. And then we're also going to be going to Nashville. So when I go to Nashville, I'll be doing some stuff up there. But hopefully some of the we'll get more people to donate to help us call these fake martial arts schools out and stuff. And we'll be able to do more content like this, which is fun. But then we'll just take some of that and just help you guys out, try to make a collab happen, because a lot of people want to see it happen. So we'll do what we can.
Yeah, I want to see it happen too.
Yeah, man, that thing would be great. You know, like, I really hope. And then, of course, I'll try to tag Master Ken in this and then see if he'd be willing to, like, help make this happen, too, because I think it'd be awesome. You know, he actually did a video collaboration with that dude, Ask a Ninja, back in the day. I don't know if you remember that dude or not.
Is that the one? I think at the time I didn't know who Ask a Ninja was. Is that the one where he made a video about, it must have been the one about ninjutsu?
Well, he did a whole series. He was probably one of the original YouTube celebrities, like back in the day, like with like big VHS camera type YouTube videos. And he would sit in a chair and he would answer questions, but he would stay in character as a ninja. So like they'd ask him questions and he would just answer the question as if he was a ninja answering the question. And he was probably one of the first dudes that did the quick like clips of answers. So like, you know how like that's a popular thing on YouTube for people to do now, is just like film and then like chop it up so that way it seems like they're talking quickly.
Oh yeah, very watchable.
Yeah.
I guess
I've actually had a couple questions pop up for you real fast on here. I've had 4 or 5 times people are asking what your particular martial arts background is.
Official, like my official training, like ranked training, I guess. Man, this is weird. I never thought I'd be talking about this. I'm a black belt in American Kempo.
Okay.
I just want to make it known I'm aware of how 99% of American Kempo practitioners make themselves look on YouTube, and I agree with all of you. There's different branches of Kempo. I mean, I could go on for hours trying to defend it, but there's a lot of different branches, and I look at Kempo videos sometimes, and I'm like, that is not what I do. But I have a black belt in Kempo, and I have a second brown in Judo. And
I got it.
Beyond that, just like, I mean, boxing training from different people, but like nothing official, no fights. BJJ things I've, picked up from other people, but definitely not training in a gym or anything like that. So just officially Kempo and Judo.
Okay.
So
you're a brown belt in Judo, right?
What's that?
You said you're a brown belt in Judo, right?
In Judo, yeah. So there's a lot of people that that hate us because of the comments we've made on Judo. And I always wonder, like, do they not pick up on the fact that I actually it's obvious that I know Judo, all the terms and everything I'm talking about. So I love all martial arts. Like some people will like mentally tune out here, but even like Aikido, I could find even good in that. Like, I don't think there's any martial art that you should use 100% and say, like, if I were to say I'll only ever use American Kempo, that would be ignorant and stupid. I can say I'll use Kempo, and then if this happens, I'll go to BJJ, and if this happens, I'll do a Muay Thai kick or whatever. I think that's the smartest way to do things. But I've always wanted to at some point let people know that I love all martial arts, and it's sometimes even funner to pick on the ones that I know of more. And the ones that I don't know that much on, like Krav Maga, Taekwondo, when I did those videos, I spent a lot of effort and a lot of time researching those moves. A lot of people commented like on the Krav Maga one, and they're like, "You're Krav Maga, you know, I could tell that you do it, and it's really good." I was like, yes, you know, I spent a few hours
a little bit. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was just watching videos and doing it over and over on Flacco, and then that was it.
Yeah,
it's very similar to Kempo.
It's funny because like a lot of people, I see a lot of like questions popping up. Obviously we can't answer them all. We're gonna make the attempt to answer as many as we can, you know. But one that somebody has asked how old you are like 15 damn times. So, how old are you?
I'm reluctant to say that I am now 30.
Oh, congratulations! Welcome to the other side of the hill, man.
I know. I know.
Yeah,
it was bound to happen.
A lot of people are freaked out too about the fact that your accent is gone.
Yeah. You know, we get like, it's unheard of. It is unheard of the amount of positive comments we get on our videos. Like, YouTube is just the worst place for people to just go on and spout, you know, everything awful that has ever been in their brain. But like 99% of our comments are positive. Like the 1% of negative comments that we get are people saying, "I hate your voice. I hate your accent. I can't watch this video. You sound stupid." But
I think it's a good bit, man. I think it's hilarious. It's good that, like, because I think what's funny is, you know, I think that's the beauty of satire. Like you were just talking about earlier about you like to pick on the martial arts that you actually have done, you know, because it's fun, you know, because like you can pick at it. So
yeah,
whenever I start ripping on jiu-jitsu or I rip on karate, I've done jiu-jitsu and karate. Like I trained both of those. So it's funny when people are like always jump on me like I'm hating on it. They're like, oh yeah, you've never done karate, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, I owned a karate school for like 4 years, homie. Like I knew what I'm talking about. Or they're like, oh man, you hating on jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu ain't gay. Wait till I choke you. I was like, dude, I train jiu-jitsu like every day of my life. It's like my job. So it's a joke, people. It's just a damn joke.
There's a guy when we were recording, I can't remember which video we were shooting. Someone actually called Alex. I don't know how we got the number. I don't know if he went to the website or Facebook or what. He called the number, and I guess he saw our judo fail breakdown video, which is so far our most successful video. It has over 700,000 views on Facebook.
Nice. Good job.
Thank you. That was, I don't know how that happened. I guess all the right people shared it or something. But he called Alex, and he was very upset, and he wanted to know who this Jessie guy is, and is he for real? And that he's actually like a coach or something, and he has a judo guy that wants to fight me and show me that judo actually works.
So
and they were on the phone for like 30
here's
minutes.
a question, personal question, because this happens to me often. So I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I get death threats almost weekly. I get a death threat almost once a week. I get death threats for the stupidest things. People want to fight me. They want to fight people from my crew. People want to like I've had people straight up say they were going to kill me, right? And then like I don't give a shit. It's weird, right? But I'm not gonna stop calling out fake people. Like I'm just gonna keep calling out fake martial artists, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna no touch knockout me to death? You're gonna hit me with fucking voodoo mind powers? I ain't scared of that shit. So, but anyway, so what's the weirdest, like I guess you could say, interaction that you've had with somebody who was following your videos or communicating to you about your videos?
The weirdest interaction, like dealing with what you're dealing, like death threats?
Well, not necessarily death threats, but like just dealing with, I would say fans, but if they're threatening you, they're probably not fans. But like the weirdest interaction that you've had online, I guess, with people interacting with your site. Well,
definitely the weirdest thing that's happened is that phone call, online, offline. That's the weirdest thing, because I was like a 30-minute call. And he was very upset, and he wanted his guy to fight me. And supposedly this guy's ranked and everything. They hung up, and then about 10 minutes later, he called back again. And then he was saying stuff like, well, you know what? And Alex was like, it's a joke. It's just a character. It's not a big deal. And the guy was like, well, you know what? You should have him make some videos where he's not Jesse, and then we'll know it's a joke. And I was like, all right, man, we'll make one just for you. But besides that, like online, it really hasn't, like, the comments have been unbelievable. The people are so cool in the comment section. The one thing that has been repeated nonstop, not from a single person, but like the judo community, they've been very, very, very vocal. And if you look at my judo throws don't work video or judo fail breakdown, it's just a ton of people saying, if I were to find you in the street, I would do this on you. And I've so many people wanting to tell me I've been in this many street fights. I used to be a bouncer. There's a lot of bouncers out there. Have you heard from these bouncers?
I get every once in a while, I get something from about, usually like the people that I hear from are people who are students of the people that I post. Those are like the ones that I get. So I had one in Australia. I posted a video of this guy doing a no-touch knockout. And of course, I post his name. I post that it's complete horseshit. Just one sentence is usually all I post. Just enough, like one-liner, just funny, right?
Yeah.
To me. And then one of the students hit me up, and he was like, yo, man, like, that's messed up. And he was cussing me out the entire thread. And I'm just picking at him, just getting him a little more angry and a little more mad. Well, the only reason I did that was so that way I could take all of those, screenshot them, and now I have material for days, dude. He just helped me out. So I take it and I screenshot it, and then because he kept going and he was like so over the top rude about the violence that he wanted to commit on me, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to research this dude a little more. So I found the name of his school, the Facebook page, the phone number, everything, his instructor's name, and I posted it all. That studio in Australia had three different Facebook pages, but the one Facebook page, their headquarters, had a 5-star review. So I posted, and then I walk away. I just walked away. I moved on with my day, right? Yeah. I come back the next day, and that went from a 5-star review to a 1-star review, like that. And then, like, they hit me up. The instructor hit me up, and he goes, dude, you got to take this down. This is slander. Like, you can't post that. I was like, I can post all of it because nothing's not true. That is the name of your studio. That is a video of you. Like, you can't sue me for it or whatever. And then he, like, was begging. He was like, please just take it down. And I was like, I'll tell you what, dude. Since your student was like so rude to me, I go, I'll take down the thing, but you both got to apologize. And they both apologized. And there's this beautiful post, like if somebody looks back through it it's like 2 years old, but it was like the thing on South Park where they had to apologize to Jesse Jackson for being racist, where he kisses his ass. So I had that picture of the dude kissing his ass, and I just posted their apologies. And then I did take it down, but still, man, if like you're gonna be that way, then I could be that way.
That's from about 2 years ago, you said?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. If I find it, I'll send it to you. It's pretty
That kind of reminds me of the troll fight where you putting up those screenshots. That's good stuff. I think the reason I've gotten away with it is because people will get really mad at you and want to send you death threats because I guess they feel threatened because of, what they're training and maybe they've invested so much time or whatever. I think for us, it's not as bad because I think most intelligent people are aware it's a joke.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the voice and the whole thing, because I like it how Juan Pablo said it, one of our editors. He said a long time ago when I was kind of questioning the character and saying, well, I don't know how I should do this. I don't know if it's a little too much. And he said it like this. He said, no, you're doing a caricature of that thing. You're not stereotyping. You're not making fun of anybody. You're doing a caricature. It's like an exaggerated thing that it's kind of okay to laugh at because even though we could see, hey, he kind of reminds me of this person, no one is like that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's really like a cartoon.
A couple people have been asking, like it's been popping up in the thread here, what is your nationality?
You know what? I've never encountered until recently. So my whole life, it's like, I'm Mexican. That's what I am. I was born here, but I'm Mexican. But I guess like to other people, I mean, when you're me and you're around like a lot of white people or Asian or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely Mexican. I'm not one of them. Like they make it clear I'm Mexican. So like my whole life, it's always been easy. But since I started doing these videos, people have been throwing out like, no, if anything, maybe he's Chicano, but he's not Mexican. And that's like, wow. Are there people that are like, maybe they're actually born and living in Mexico that like don't claim us or something? So I was starting to feel like, what is it, like Selena, where she's like, she has no home country? Or so I was like, wow, okay, I guess there's people that will say I'm not Mexican, but my whole life, that's just, it's like saying that I'm not Mexican is like if I have a white friend and he's German and they're like, no, you weren't born in and living in Germany, you're not German. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm Mexican.
a little racism never hurt nobody.
Yeah, it was strange.
So I have we got about another probably 10 minutes before Instagram will kick us off. So I just wanted to make sure I got to everybody's questions, and then we'll open it up to the Instagram peoples for their Q&As. So no touch technique, oil tricks.
Oh, real quick, I want to make it clear. I mean, to anybody that if it kind of went over their head, it's never been a question because I am Mexican. But yeah, I would never do this if I wasn't Mexican. I mean, that would just be like doing blackface or something. So the reason that I can it's like when I make fun of judo. I know judo. So when I make fun of the whole it's like Jeff Foxworthy, and you might be a redneck. You know, I can't do jokes based on my life experiences, you know? So because I am Mexican and I'm familiar with it, I feel like, you know, Dave Chappelle kind of did that for the black community. Jeff Foxworthy and those kind of people did it for the white community. I feel like, you know, Cheech and Chong, like, do you get mad at Cheech and Chong? I just want to make sure people know that I'm not like, a lot of people think I'm Italian, and I just want to make sure people know that I'm Mexican and that I'm not just being racist. So.
Yeah, man, I think that's what people were kind of getting at. They were like, because when you were doing the bit earlier, like in character, like I think it threw a lot of people off when you just like took off the beanie and like didn't go straight accent. They were like, whoa, what the what? What is this? I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure I get to everybody's questions. Oh man, here's a good question. This is actually topical. It's a topical question. This is at GB Jacksonville on Instagram. They said, "What do you think about your homie Nick Diaz choking his girl the other day?"
So the very first video that we ever made, I don't even want people to watch it, so I shouldn't talk about it. It was horrible. But the very first video that we ever made was not scripted. The very first one was, I don't know if it was UFC 196, 193. The first time Connor and Nate Diaz fought, I was at Alex's house, and we were like talking about doing MMA for a while. And I was like, you know, this is the one. We got to just do it. After the fight, we're going to take out the camera, and I'm going to react to it and just see what comes out. And it was brutal. It was hard. I had no script. I was just trying to go off the top of my head. And I established in that video that Jessie and Nate are like homies. You know, we like each other. We're friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Another video, I did the same thing. In real life, I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a fan. Like when Nate fought Connor, I wanted him to destroy Connor because Connor's a big mouth and like he's annoying. You know, he acts like an idiot.
He's a heel, man.
He's what?
He's a heel. He's playing that game.
Yeah. So,
like his persona, you know.
After a while, I started to get it because I grew up on WWF and I loved it. And it's like, okay, he's doing his thing. I get it. But he's easy to hate. So I wanted Nate to win. And I kind of established that, oh, I like the Diaz brothers. And I see that in the comments a lot. People think I like the Diaz brothers. sometimes I get a kick out of Nate and he's funny, but Nick, he's just like an angry dude. Like there's almost nothing redeemable about him. He's just always in a bad mood, and I'm indifferent.
I don't know, man. Like I follow him on Instagram, dude, and on his like Instagram live feed, like I don't know. To me, it's very similar to like watching like a reality TV show, because he's like always at a club, like all the time. Like every night that dude is at a club, and I have to assume that he's getting paid to go to these clubs, man. But like, he can't be drinking every night like that. Like it's incredible to me, like how often he's at a club. It's just he's got the life.
That's Nick.
Yeah. I think it's either Nick or Nate. Like
I don't know if I follow either of them. I haven't seen any of them, but I believe it. I see him pop up on TMZ all the time.
I wonder why. So here's a slightly racist question, but kind of funny. At Bellingsworth on Instagram said, when throwing hook punches, how do you keep the top buttoned?
I haven't had to deal with that. That's why we sell the merch. That's why we sell the MMA stuff, the hoodies and the t-shirts. If you don't want the button to pop, get an MMA t-shirt. Also, a lot of people have been commenting saying our link isn't working to buy the shirts. I better fix that soon, because we need to sell more merch. Like if we started selling more merch, then my goal is to like put out videos every single day, but because we have to work and stuff like that, it's too hard. But yeah, we need to try to get that merch out there. If you're having button problems, buy an MMA t-shirt.
That's a good plug, man. That's a good plug. Somebody just asked, they said, or they didn't ask, they were making a statement. They said Flacco was like the Mexican Silent Bob.
Yeah, I've described him that way before. Not on video, but yeah.
Oh man, here's a good one. This is at Chris Windham 79, and he said, have you trained under the infamous Cholo Fit Creeper?
We've not had any kind of contact with that guy, but it's very interesting because we released our first video ever way back when, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago now. And it was like, I think it was literally within the next week, Cholo Fit was uploaded. And I was so mad. And I was telling Alex, this guy's copying us. He saw the video. And Alex was like, this guy doesn't know we exist. What are you talking about? But I think I left the moment. I was so mad because his production value was so good. And it was funny. Like, if it wouldn't have been funny, I wouldn't have cared. But it was really, really good. And then he came out with a couple more, and they were really good. But I have not had contact with that guy. I do enjoy his stuff, though. Maybe at some point I'll try to see if he's interested in doing anything together. But I was really the thing that I didn't like about it was I was afraid that because we came out at the same time, people were going to think that we copied him, because that's just how it goes. When one's bigger, you think the other ones are copying them.
Yeah,
so
I got you. Yeah.
I didn't want people to look at us like copycats.
Well, a lot of people are asking you guys to do like a collab, so y'all might want to like hit that dude up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people have been asking for it. You know, you might be able to do like a cardio kickboxing kind of deal with him or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would love to do that. I'll see if he's reachable. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, man, just take a stab at it. You know, you might just say no. That'd be all right, cool.
Yeah.
So somebody wanted you to be in character for the next question. So
that's so weird. All right, you guys leave it again.
All right. That was a quick wardrobe change and done. All right, man. So he said, the only Jared one on Instagram asked, does he want to come spar when he comes to San Jose? We're the same size.
I'm currently not allowed to spar because of the terms of my probation. So fortunately for you, I'm going to have to pass on this one.
And then I only got 2 more questions, man. Hopefully that appeased some people, because people were like, "Where's the accent? What the hell?" Well, it's a real person behind the damn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. Flushing Fats on Instagram asked, instead of Kia, could we yell essay instead?
It depends on where you're at. That might offend some people if you say it in the wrong place.
That's true. Oh, last one. Author MD Massey on Instagram asks, if I'm half Mexican, can I still do Mexican martial arts?
Definitely. I don't know if we released it yet. There's a video that we just did. Oh man, it was a pain. We were supposed to release videos every Wednesday and Friday now, and last Friday we couldn't upload because I had to work a lot and it threw us off. But I think it was in that video I addressed, it's actually better for a person who's not Mexican to study Mexican martial arts, because then your opponent will never see it coming. So if you look like Chinese, or like you might be Caucasian or whatever, they're not going to think you know Mexican martial arts.
Yeah, it's just going to throw them off. Like, oh shit, he is studied. All right, man, we've only got a couple minutes left. So I don't know, while you have the floor, if there was anything that you wanted to add or anything you really wanted to say.
The only thing I could think of saying is, if anybody would like to see more videos, then if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, please share, because we were actually communicating with a company the other day that wanted to do some stuff for us, but it turned out that we didn't really need what they were offering, and we didn't quite meet their next year for like helping us get sponsorships and brands and stuff like that. But if we finally get to that level, then we'll be able to put out videos like every day. And it's just numbers. Like if companies contact us and they see we have 200,000 subscribers, then it's an easier sell. But right now we have 42,000 subscribers, and in just December we had like 1,300. So now we have 42,000, so it's pretty good. But the only thing I'd like to plug and ask people to do, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, please share it, because the higher our numbers get, the easier it is to sell ourselves, and then we could just do this full time. And there's more things we want to do.
Where would they be able to find you? Where would they be able to find you?
If you type in, probably the easiest thing is just put Mexican martial arts into Google and you'll find everything. But if you want to find this on YouTube, just YouTube Mexican martial arts, and everything else is at Voto, VOTO, Voto Studios, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's just all Voto Studios.
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, man. I appreciate your work, and I really appreciate you when you like hit us up or give us a bump. That's awesome. You have nothing but support from us. So I hope that you guys continue to grow, and hopefully we can help you guys continue with that path, man. And I appreciate you coming on. Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. This is only our second episode. My first episode didn't work out as well as I wanted it to, because I didn't have like a good format that I liked yet. So, but I do like this Instagram Live thing, man. It makes life easy. Most everybody has an Instagram, like it's much simpler than the Facebook model. And then I get like instant feedback, which is cool. So that's kind of neat. And then we're going to do a couple more of these. So thank you for being the second on the show, man. Only the second. The other guy was Mr. Jiu-Jitsu. We had Mr. Jiu-Jitsu on here. Coming up, we're going to have a dude called Redneck Jiu-Jitsu. His stuff's pretty funny too. We have a couple serious guests coming on. Karate by Jessie. We're going to do one with him, which is really, really neat. I don't know if you've ever watched any of Jessie Camp stuff, but it's incredible.
Jesse and Camp?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. I always, I like that.
That dude's awesome.
He's cool.
Dude, he's awesome. And then,
tell
of course,
him to get in touch with me. I want to talk to that guy.
Yeah,
dude,
you could be
awesome. The ambassador.
I'll let him know. And then the next couple ones we have coming up as well are the dude Photoshop Steve. He agreed to be on the show, which was awesome. He does really incredible Photoshop stuff, and he's got a pretty good knack for MMA and stuff like that, so that'll be neat. And then the one that I'm really, not that I'm not excited about all of them, but I am very much excited to have John Wayne Carr on the show as well. Muay Thai legend. That dude is incredibly funny. So I'm really looking forward to that too. But yeah, man. Well, somebody keep asking me for a podcast, so this is pretty much the podcast. So I just hate the term podcast because everybody does that shit. So like, I'll just film it and then I'll put it on the thing, and then I will also record it and put it on where you can get podcasts. But I refuse to call it a podcast. Damn it! We'll call it a Marshall cast. I'm gonna call it the McDojo show or something. But I'm not calling it a podcast. You can, if that's what it is, and that's what it is. But I'm tired of hearing that shit.
I like that slogan.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it a podcast.
Not doing it. I refuse. Not some hippie. But anyway, man, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to come on. It means a lot, dude. You know, that anytime you have some new video or whatever, obviously we're always down to try to boost and pump your stuff. So hopefully it goes well, and we are always excited to see your new videos. So keep them coming, my friend. All right.
Thank you. We've always appreciated you very much. Thanks for the help and for the exposure.
Yeah, man, not a problem. Hopefully, you know, you get some more followers. I know you got at least one because they said so. But you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all have a great Memorial Day. And then we'll be back on the show.